So juu tushaingia Doha sisi watu wa ushago. The village boy, the boy from Nairobi, the boy from the village huku ndani is in Doha. Let me walk around. Vile ningetembea kama niko home, sio? Let me just walk around and show you kama mtu anaweza tembea. So one of the most the hardest things for me to do here is to cross the road because barabara hapa cars keep right. So mimi yani kucross lazima nikuwe naangalia, nijue pali ya kuangalia. Oh my, nimevuka na correct. Jesus Christ, I don't get arrested here. You know, so I have to learn to look where I need to look. Come on, now I have to look on the right because that's where the cars are coming from. Mimi pale naangalia left kidogo, nikiangalia gari ndio ishafika. But anyway, it is what it is. So look at the beautiful roads. I do not know where people are in this city. Like watu wako quite empty. You know, beautiful roads, beautiful everything, like in very few people. So apparently, what I read about Qatar, is they have around 300,000 people, 350 roughly, Qataris, and the whole population here is around 3 million. So the rest are immigrants or people who've come here to try and make a living. Oh my God, look at that car, man. That's an X. 6, I guess. Beautiful car. 6. I don't know why it's such a beautiful car. Oh, okay. Okay, in all honesty, this thing has been red for ages, man. I'm just gonna walk. I'm sorry. Yeah? I'm just gonna walk. So I was telling you the biggest population here is immigrants. People who've come here to work. Because the economy here was of course doing badly back in the day before they discovered that they have something they could sell. Initially they were trying to find oil. So they found small deposits that cannot be compared to Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, who had crazy levels. So what they did is they continued their struggle, but then they tried to find in the offshore Komach, and then they found local deposits. But you see, it wasn't making a lot of sense kuleta hiyo mafuta and then sell it to the market and stuff. It wasn't easy. Like, it wasn't making a lot of maybe I should close. That looks closed. Okay. So it wasn't making a lot of sense. Hapa jamani, kwenda afungwa. Okay, this looks like you cannot cross. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn back. Walk through the other side. Okay. The seal. Yeah, so I was telling you what happened is so after they couldn't find enough deposits, you know, I mean, but they were depending on that solely, and they sold kidogo. But meanwhile, their counterparts in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait are doing crazy amounts, you know. And then they discovered natural gas. So when they discovered the natural gas. Natural gas, but that was back in the day because it was a world war. You know, it wasn't anything big that time. And then people went to war, and then they came back. Nothing was done until I think 1945, around that time. And then they discovered, they decided to go back and try and get the natural gas. This time, they tried investing. They invested, and there was a lot of, but still, they were selling to Asia, Japan, those countries. The rest of Europe was closed because it was doing business. I mean, Russia was selling to Europe. So yeah, but he was selling, made money, and then they found out that they have the biggest levels of natural gas, the biggest, and that is how they changed the economy. They sold crazy amounts. And then what happened is Australia also discovered that they have oil. I mean, they have natural gas. Australia and the US started mining, and they started selling. So what that meant is they started competing for the Asian market with those guys. Obviously, because of how to move that gas was not easy. So things started going south again for them, kidogo. And then Russia invaded Ukraine. See, what that did was take away suppliers for Europe. And guess who was coming to take over that space? Qatar. So now this is what is going to happen, I think. Now from today on, from after the war, we're still the war is still going on, but the biggest beneficiaries, if you ask me, is Qatar. So it's expected that they're going to make crazy amounts of money from selling natural gas to Europe. And this is such a small city. A small town, a small country. If you check from the maps, it's such a tiny country. There has been a lot of geopolitical issues, of course, from their neighbors. And listen, Trump just came here the other day when I was here. So with geopolitical temperatures changing every time, we are waiting to see what happens. But one thing you're gonna give this country is the organization, the planning, everything else is top-notch. Security is top-notch, medical care top-notch, the road network top-notch. Bruh, I have been here for 2 weeks now, not even one day have I ever had that there's no power, or there's a little blackout for 2 seconds. Zero. The underground transport is 100%. Man, we love it here. It's a bit expensive to live, for sure. But what do you expect? If you're getting everything else top notch, that's what I guess you would get. Okay.